Hi there, in today's video I'm going to be trying on the new L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. So if you would like to see my first impressions and try on the new Infallible Full Wear Concealer, then please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and let's get started. So L'Oreal came out with the new concealer and it is in their Infallible line. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. It's supposed to be waterproof. It retails for $12.99 based off the Ulta's website. That's where I purchased mine directly off. And I'm just going to read some of the claims that it has. So it comes with 25 different shades to choose from. It's supposed to be up to 24 hours and a full coverage. It's supposed to be waterproof, transfer resistant, and fade resistant. So it said that it's supposed to be more than a concealer. It's supposed to be a full-on coverage and full face wear. Not really sure what that means. Does that mean you can use it all over your face? I'm assuming so. It says cover, contour, and shape your face. So let's go ahead and try that on. I'm also going to use it with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation because I'm very familiar with this. I'm assuming because both are in the Infallible line that they complement each other, so I'm going to use them together. So I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade 455. And if you haven't seen my first impressions and try on of this foundation, I'll link it up in the cards for you. But I'm very familiar with this foundation. And I'm just going to put that on with my flat top kabuki. Alright, and now I'm finally going to try on the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I did pick up the shade CASHMERE 360. I wasn't really sure which one would be my perfect shade. I just went based off the online shade description. So here's the bottle. Pretty typical in a plastic, bottle. And let's look what kind of applicator. And it looks like the Tarte Shape Tape Big Doe Foot applicator. Pretty similar to a lot of other concealers that are coming out right now. I usually just apply a few dots. So with an e.l.f. damp sponge, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer. And this shade looks a little yellow for me. Definitely super brightening, but I just feel like it's a little bit just too yellow. So it's supposed to be a full coverage concealer, so I'm going to try and just test that and build up the concealer and see if I can get a better coverage. I feel like right now it's a good medium coverage, which I'm pretty fine with, but I really just want to try and see if I can really make it a fuller coverage. So just a few more dots. So it does look like it did build up a little bit more, but now it just looks really bright, and it looks a little bit too yellow for me, and I think it's very obvious also. And then I typically do like to highlight my nose and a little bit up here, my forehead, just down here on my chin. So let's go ahead and just do that as well. So just based off that first impression after setting down the concealer, blending it out, I feel like it has a really good consistency. I feel like it is definitely thick, but not super thick. I feel like it's pretty similar to Tarte Shape Tape in the consistency that it's creamy, but it is thick, and it does have a good coverage. I think it's a pretty good medium. It can be a full coverage concealer, but in my opinion, I don't like to really blend out a lot of concealer, but I definitely feel like with just the second layer, it definitely did build up pretty good. I do think it has also good dry time, meaning it allowed me enough time to blend out all of the concealer. So now I'm going to go ahead and set down the concealer with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Butter. Alright, so it looks like after applying the Fenty Beauty setting powder, it looks like that yellow tint kind of went away. I think that Something with this powder did a really good job in really canceling out a lot of that yellowness that I feel like it had. But so far it looks good. I do see that it is already starting to settle into like my fine lines under my eyes, but I feel like that's pretty typical of any concealer. Really, it doesn't look super drying. I will say it definitely does dry down to, it looks like a good like natural matte, like that matte finish. But so far I think it's a good, okay concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply on the rest of my face, and then I'll give you guys kind of like a final update and see how it kind of does, kind of like a, you know, wear test to kind of see how it looks throughout the entire day. Hi, so I'm back after wearing the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer all day, and basically here to give you guys my final update. So I think overall, I think it's a good concealer. I don't think it's anything very different than my other concealers that I already do like. You know, I feel like it did crease where I do have fine lines under my eyes, so it's inevitable it will crease. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints. I just think that the shade is just probably not my best shade. I just feel like it's a little bit too brightening because I feel like it's a little bit on the beige side. So I feel like it's a little bit too yellow for me. So I don't know, it may be just on the shade, if I can find maybe a better shade, because it looks super brightening, especially on camera. I can see myself, it looks super, super brightening. But other than that, I feel like the formula wise, I think it was good. It was easy to blend out. I don't feel like it's too thick, and I feel like it has a good dry time as well. So other than that, I do think that this is a good concealer. If you're interested, maybe it might be worth to pick up and try. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment below if you will be picking up this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.